What's good, gamers? Buttoff941 here, and every now and then I get to make a video about a gun that I've been using for years and absolutely love. First one was Boudica C, and you guys seem to really like that. Second one was Firelight Tactic Spiral, and that also did exceptionally well. We don't acknowledge the third one. But now I'm going to be doing that again, but this time it's also a weapon that's kind of topical right now, since the event that it comes from is currently going on, making it obtainable. The Stay Frosty Pulse Rifle is probably the most flexible weapon in the arsenal of guns I've collected over the years, and it's one of my favorite to use no matter what activity I'm in. But before we get too much further, I would really appreciate if y'all would click the like button, hit subscribe as well. That'd be really cool. Put out 2 videos a week, Tuesdays and Fridays at noon Eastern time, and yeah, it's a happy end of the fucking year. I don't, whatever. Yeah. Alright, so let's explain what the Stay Frosty is. It is a 450 RPM lightweight pulse rifle in the kinetic slot that does stasis damage. It's a dawning weapon, so as of right now, all you gotta do is engage with the current holiday event going on in Destiny to obtain one. If you're watching this at some other point in the year, then you're out of luck until December. The specific one you're seeing in the video, funnily enough, isn't possible to roll anymore, as I got it back in 2022, and it has light mag or high cal in column 2, and I'm rather attached to it. So if the gun looks off compared to one that you're getting, that's why. Sometimes Bungie changes up what perk pools on guns when they come back around for their holiday events, updating them with new stuff they've come up with, or to make the gun more modern, changing the card art and the base design of the gun as well. Either way, I got the one I want 2 years ago, and I'm extremely content with what I have. I love this pulse. It feels like home. I didn't know this before going to check, but there aren't very many up-to-date lightweight pulses in the game. I think anything relevant is in the kinetic slot, so the comparison is a little more direct than usual, so that's good for me. I'm throwing it against Nightshade, Chattering Bone, and Battlescar. Chattering Bone is from Last Wish. Battlescar is a pretty common world drop that Banshee sells all the time as well, so that's not that hard to obtain. And a Nightshade is a weird one. It's currently unobtainable without Zur or Banshee, despite it having the Vanguard origin trait. It's fucking odd. I think it came from like a specific focusing point during Season of the... and it only dropped from those engrams. It's very weird. Also, it seems like it's purpose-built for PvP, but was completely ignored for some reason. Every single perk has merit in some way, shape, or form, and it's got Nadir Focus, which is an insane origin trait for PvP. I don't have one to speak to firsthand, so it might be but I'm keeping my eye out for it showing up in Zur or Banshee's inventory. In any event, of those 4, Stay Frosty has the best base range and airborne effectiveness stats by 5, and sits comfortably in the middle everywhere else. The discrepancies between it and Chattering Bone aren't really that crazy though, so realistically you won't feel them much, especially once you start comparing origin traits, but I'll break that down later. Keep your eye on that base zoom of 18 being an outlier, just in case you're looking for a reason why it feels specifically different compared to the rest. You know, like we all are aware, zoom does no longer affect performance, but, you know, visual effects and whatnot can make you think something is different than it actually is, so keep that in mind. Like with all lightweights, your goal is to get the fuck in there, even more than rapid pulse rifles, so laning with this is just not gonna happen. So you need to treat this like you were in, like, the far end of precision auto rifle range. The good news is that there's quite a few perks that can assist with doing just that. In column 3, you've got Rhyme Stealer, Lone Wolf, Encore, Moving Target, Killing Wind, Enlightened Action, and Tunnel Vision. The Rhyme Stealer doesn't really have the best times in PvP, but can be useful if you're playing like a Stasis Titan and your entire game plan relies on Frost Armor and Shatters, and it can pair decently with Headstone and 4, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Lone Wolf is kind of weird to have both this and Moving Target on the same gun. They do the same thing at a baseline, and since this lightweight, that move speed penalty reduction on Moving Target doesn't do as much. I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's a good perk. It's a very good perk. It's just weird to have those two in the same column on the same gun. Encore giving you extra stability isn't really all that needed with the Amalon origin trait, meaning Killing Wind just does better for base stats, but the accuracy cone adjustments can be an unsung hero, so not awful either. I've already talked about Moving Target and Killing Wind. The handling you get from Enlightened Action isn't really something you need, but if you really want it, this doesn't require a change in your playstyle, so go off. And Tunnel Vision pairs well with Kill Clip and Desperado in 4, but I really don't value Desperado all that much, so it's whatever. At the same time, Lone Wolf all alone gives the same aim assist without needing a kill into a reload, making Tunnel Vision not a bad perk. It's just, what is my voice doing? What is my voice doing? Oh god. Okay. Making Tunnel Vision not a bad perk, it's just outclassed by the rest of them. In column 3, your best options are Lone Wolf and Killing Wind. One's for neutral and the other's for chaining. Pick your poison or get lucky with a double perk drop. Rhyme Stealer's your weird one if you want constant Frost Armor uptime. In column 4, you've got Adrenaline Junkie, Desperado, Desperate Measures, Headseeker, Headstone, Kill Clip, and the bane of my existence. So in theory, Adrenaline Junkie should pair well with shatter-focused builds, if that's considered grenade damage. But it is some of the time, other times it's not. When you boost your shatter damage, it becomes not like it. I don't know, it's a fucking mess. And it's also competing with the Crystal Generator perk, even if it was working perfectly. It's a mess to figure out, and I don't want to do the math to do it. If it works for you, hell yeah. Otherwise, I don't really think Adrenaline Junkie needs to be picked up here. I don't like Desperado, since they nerfed it and put it on more than one gun. I'd rather have the gun behave the same between kills too, and like, if I was looking for something to make the next kill easier, this brings your optimal time to kill from 0.87 seconds to 0.71 against tier 10 Brazil. So if you need that, you're just better off getting Kill Clip. Like, they both have the same activation requirement. I think, actually, Desperado requires a precision kill. Yeah, Desperado requiring a precision kill instead of just a normal kill. Kill Clip is just going to do better. A single stack of Desperate Measures saves a single body. Wow. One stack of, oh my fucking god. One stack of Desperate Measures, holy shit, shaves a single body shot off the optimal time to kill, and if you're going off with the rest of your build, great, though I personally don't. Dude, what is happening? I get like halfway through a sentence and my voice just deteriorates. If you're going off with the rest of your build, great, though I personally don't want things like Desperate or Tricorn on Stasis weapons. Stasis abilities are more for setup than killing outright. And with the aforementioned shatter problems maybe not counting as Stasis ability kills, I don't think Desperate is that great on a Stasis weapon. Although you could just play Prismatic and then it won't matter. But I hate Prismatic. I want it to die. Headseeker is really good. It's just the per burst recoil is a little low for this to be amazing, but it's not awful. I know it's been making some waves for some other people, but I find it's not that hard to keep all 3 shots on target, but if it's doing work for you, hell yeah, and I always like this perk. So Headstone is like the linchpin of why I really like this gun. I know it doesn't do damage outright, but the utility of spawning in a Stasis Crystal to act as a temporary cover, or an obstacle to bypass, or even a shatter target for stuff like Hail the Storm to proc off of, is so much fun. It's such a massive utility boon to have just on command. I mean, obviously you have to get a kill, but like, on command, a crystal is here now, deal with it. And like what you can do with the shatter effects, I think that's really fucking cool. I value this perk a lot more than it probably should be, but it's very fun. It takes a little finesse to make it work consistently, and you're pretty much guaranteed to be better off with Kill Clip instead. But it fits with the gun's identity perfectly, so I love this perk. And Kill Clip puts you at a 6-shot crit at all effective resiliences, making the time to kill around half a second. It's absolutely the best straightforward option. Kill Clip if you're normal, Headstone if you're weird, or both if you're lucky like I was. You got 2 origin trait options as well. Dawning Surprise and Amalod Fluid Dynamics. Dawning Surprise requires, I think, 7 kills to even proc in PvP, so it's not real. And OFD gives you extra stability and reload on the top half of your mag. Not only the best of the 2, but a good origin trait as well. Because we're still talking about perks, I'm gonna put this here instead of going right into pairings, but here's where I start complaining about something stupid. Whisper of Chains used to give you DR when near Stasis Crystals, meaning that I would have this cool play pattern in the Crucible, where I get a precision kill with Headstone, then move up to fight from the ground I'd taken with extra cover and damage reduction since I have that cool crystal next to me. It wasn't a crazy amount of DR, nothing like pre-nerf renewal grasps, but it was an interesting way to play the game. Now, yeah, the rework that it got when they changed how Stasis works into giving you Frost Armor is objectively better and was 100% needed, but I miss my fun interaction that fit with the way you want to play with this archetype of Pulse, right? Get the kill, move forward. Get the kill, move forward. Map control through extra utility. Now, Chains make Stasis Shards when you have Frost Armor, which is just kind of bland. Like I said, it was definitely needed, and Stasis, people weren't using it even if I really enjoyed it. So sure, the buff was quite useful, but I think it kind of lost some of its cool identity, but whatever. I know I'm wrong, but unfortunate. Anyway, moving on to pairings. Like I said earlier in the video, you want to fight at the higher end of precision auto rifle ranges, meaning you can go either way when picking an energy weapon. Anonymous Auto or Matador 64 for close range arc options to pair with Bacchus, Cloud Striker, Macabre if you want some more range instead. Anything here, just stay away from other pulse rifles and other ARs. Maybe you can do like a rapid, but I don't like the way that looks when you have 2 rifle weapons. So you've got extreme flexibility either way though, so do whatever you want to do. I have used this gun for 2 years, and I'm not planning on stopping anytime soon. I take it into PvE with me, I take it into PvP with me. It's got great stasis utility, it's a very push-forward pulse rifle, and if I feel the need to outright kill a guy in the Crucible, I can just swap my column 4 pork from headstone to kill clip. I've heard that the weapon focusing might be broken right now, because what isn't broken in some way as of late with this fucking game. But if it's working for you and you're looking for a fun and effective stasis toy to try out, get your Dawning Spirit so you can focus double perks in both columns and just go to fucking town. Going over those perks, it's very hard to get bad options in either column. Personal preferences, I know what I said, but like realistically it's kind of hard to get bad perks here. If you want a PvE focused one, you can get Frenzy, even though I fucking hate that perk, it's good in PvE. This is an extremely flexible weapon that will serve you both in PvP and PvE. You can take it into both. It will do exactly what you need it to do at all times. You do need to be playing Stasis, but I feel like that's a given. Use this in every activity that you possibly can. It's amazing. Go get yourself one today. But with that, that's gonna do it for me today. You know, I know this gun's been making a lot of waves in the Crucible. I see a lot of people pulling out the new one because it's got Lone Wolf on it, and I think Headseeker is like the perk that everybody wants. Like I said, I don't really personally value it, but it's pretty good. Yeah, no, I mean, if you've used this gun, you've got a perk combination that you feel that I ignored or whatever, let me know what you're thinking about in those comments down below. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.
Enemy has your zone.